All right, we're back.
I assume, based on the fact that Lord Entropy just used one, that using miracles is... Can you use miracles directly to influence each other, or is that illegal in the Locust Court?
I mean, there's no law against it. He might get upset.
Okay.
I mean, he is the law. He's like Judge Dredd.
Yeah, okay.
Do you really want to use a miracle on Judge Dredd? Okay.
I mean, if I can make him less sadistic, it also means he wouldn't punish me for using a miracle on him after I've done so.
That's a good argument.
I'm trying to think how I would do so, because I could just do it with like domain, but I'm thinking if I could use convince him of something. I could do excruciating racist fear-mongering about how it's not a good idea to dismiss this case, because if you let one in, then you'll let all the other excursions in.
It just figures the power of sadism would also be the power of Fox News.
I'm gonna do it. Yep, I can't not do it after that. So I think you like look at me, Phineas, and I step up. And I think I'll use aspect. I have a lot of aspect miracle points to spend.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, I'm still sustaining legendary master. If I use a miracle, I have to stop sustaining that, don't I?
You can do 2 actions at a time.
Oh, I can do 2. Okay.
I'm still sustaining my level 6 aspect miracle starting Angelic.
Okay, then I'm good. I'll actually put. In that case, I say, what do I do? I think I step forward as you walk back to like the seats that we normally are at, and I say, Lord Terma Utnapixum isn't here, right?
Right.
Okay. I say, Lord Entropy, I have, and I am feigning being like humble and being, I'm not high enough to look him directly in the eyes or anything. I'm looking like a good few feet below him.
Sure.
I say, Lord Entropy, I have met with this excursion. He has been the guest in our chancel, and he has caused nothing but chaos and turmoil and destruction, with no regret. I see no reason that he would cease his ways. I feel that there is no benefit whatsoever to allowing this being inside. In fact, I truly believe it would be a great detriment to existence. I think Robert, after a pause, looks back and gestures at Umaya and says, "My own Imperator knows better than any the dangers and the consequences of excursions, of what they can do, of the horrific things that they have committed, that they can commit, and that they show no regret over having committed. She has suffered more than most."
Okay.
And
you're blaming all of this on Tarti Upnapishtim?
Oh yeah, no, I'm blaming basically the entire race on him.
The entire okay.
Everything
any excrucians ever done?
I am doing the lumping them all together thing.
Sure.
Of the crimes of the many equal the crimes of the one, which is totally okay.
So are you doing a miracle with this, or is it a mortal action?
Yeah, I think I'd like to do a miracle of aspect to
sure.
Convince the Locust Court.
Aspect. What power does that give you? 5?
5 could work.
Passion or skill plus 5. I guess you're lying.
I am lying. Would that negate me using a miracle?
No.
Okay. I am lying, which I have a skill of 5 in.
It treats your passion and skills if they were 2 points higher.
Okay. Then I think that makes sense. Munding lying at 7 then is
So you're at 7?
quite good.
So this is really effective, and it's more important. It beats looking good, which is what's important here. So Lord Entropy's like, "Oh, this is terrible." Yes, I agree. We must hold this excrucian to trial, to count for its crimes. And at that point, Tarte up the Pishtum, walks in the door. They slam open, and he makes his entrance. He's wearing a suit of titanium. It looks like it's woven out of this metal, and he adjusts his shiny tie. And he walks in with a smile on his face, and he says, "You fiends, how dare you bring false witness against me in front of the great and powerful Lord Entropy? You waste his time, the time of this entire court, by bringing these charges against me. I have done nothing that is not in service of creation. Even Lord Entropy yourself honored me by allowing me free passage within its boundaries. And now that I am here in all my glory, you would take that away from me?" So he is... He's doing a level 6 mortal action to be impressive in front of Locust Court. And
I see.
Lord Entropy is amused, and therefore he sits back in this chair and says, "Well, it seems we have a trial on our hands."
That it does.
All right. So, being that we need to know everything that he knows,
we now have hands. Do you want to take the ball back? Do you want to take things back, Phineas, and resume being the talking person? I'm good at accusing. I don't know if I'd be great at trialing.
Yeah, fair enough. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Well, before you do that, Terte Utnapishtim is, by definition, in this court case, a traveler. I think I'm going to find out everything about Terte Utnapishtim and his end goals, and see if he's lying or not.
All right.
Excellent.
Greater divination allows me to do such a thing.
All right. I believe we did this before. I think now that the fullness of his self is here, you do get the sense that he is more powerful. His goals haven't really changed. It's still his goal to teach the philosophy of Tarte Utnapishtim and spread it, and that requires traveling. But he also has other goals. But I think he's going to do a miracle to resist this.
Okay.
Let me look at his powers really quick.
And do we know what his philosophy is?
Oh, I will tell you that, because that's fair game with this miracle. Okay. The philosophy of Tarte Utnapishtim fills one with clarity, demonstrates the unreality of creation, is free from the veil of lies, and cannot be denied.
So our automatic argument there is that he's not working in the best interest of creation, because if everybody realizes creation is bullshit, then...
Yeah. He's spreading propaganda, basically.
Yeah.
Right. And everyone knows that. Like, that's not a secret.
Yeah.
I'm just checking his thing here. Oh, that's scary. Okay.
It's scary.
Oh, great. All right.
Okay, actually, I guess he won't stop you because one of his afflictions is fills one with clarity. Therefore, denying you from seeing his true self would go against his afflictions.
That makes sense.
Nice.
So you see that he has been plotting with other Excrucians to destroy the Locust Court. And he intends to use this suit to do that.
To destroy the Locust Court?
Yep.
Okay.
And especially Lord Entropy.
Okay, then. Well, I will relay all of this information as I learn it to the rest of...
Yeah. I think my first question is, were you able to learn how? Like, telepathically, I ask immediately, like, were you able to learn how he plans to do this? Because this is like, there's a bomb counting down in this, like, this very suit is some big thing.
Yeah, what... So what is the question mark step before profit?
Basically,
he is intending to show that Lord Entropy's proclamations are worthless and self-serving and are not to be trusted. And therefore that undermines the entire authority of the Locust Court.
My Robert pauses and then telepathically says, "Well, he's not wrong."
You just get a chiding remark, and you think Lord Entropy might not be able to hear this.
I think, there's a moment where he's like, "Wait a second! I've just realized people can actually read minds."
Shit.
Maybe all the conspiracy theorists were right, and I should wear a tinfoil hat.
Totally. Yeah.
Make it a what is it? An anchor.
I mean, you have engineering. Do you want to just make a tinfoil hat right now?
Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to need a colander and a potato and a couple of wires.
Very tempting. I don't think I will.
Okay.
I would... Oh, wait.
I'm just surprised that Robert isn't networked, to be honest. There's like 100 powers and imperators hanging out nearby.
Oh, I'm gonna, like,
during You're helping me. You're helping the cause of creation. So great.
I think that probably during the break, would they have breaks in the suit? Like, it's not like people would tire out or anything being powers. So,
well, Lord Entropy doesn't want to stop being amused, so maybe if there's like a suitable cliffhanger, he'll call for a break.
Yeah,
but
if there is a break, I'll network.
If it's not dramatic, then he's not going to do it.
I literally will have like, what is it? I'll have Power of Sadism business cards on hand.
Right.
Red font.
Right.
Sure.
Call
1-900 for me.
This is where the players make me make up 100 Nobilises on the spot. And then I'll be like, why you guys so...
I go to the first Nobilis. What's their name? What's his power? What does he look like?
Let's role play the receiving line. And,
bastards. Okay. But right now there's not a break.
Yeah, but I think I would like to. Phineas has realized something, and he says, and I think he asks a recess, so that the other party might prepare, as they have just arrived, and we, want to ensure that the proceedings are set up quickly and efficiently so as not to bore.
Sure. What intention level is this?
Geez. My intention is actually talk with Terte Napishtim direct.
Okay, but I mean, to get this recess, what is the intention level?
To spend
the level.
Because Tartei up Napishtim will say, "Oh no, I'm completely prepared to argue my case, Lord Entropy. Let's get down to business."
You said the intention level, right? Not the intention.
Right. What's the level? Because
I think I'll spend. If I'm still allowed to use my theology skill as legal skill in a theological sense,
sure.
I will go up to 6 intention level and spend 4 will.
All right. So he's also doing it at level 6. I'm not sure what happens with a tie.
He would be the defender, I think. Christian, but I don't know if that's true.
I don't think there is a defender in this situation. Therefore, I get to choose. Okay. So I think what happens is they both work, and Tartei up the Prishdom is talking privately with Lord Entropy by his throne while you guys network.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
So Tartei up the Prishdom is probably buttering up Lord Entropy, but it's not clear.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll walk up to the two of them and stand a respectable.
Sure.
And when they finish, I want to turn to Tertei Napishtim and say, "Word, please."
Okay, well, you get the feeling that if you wait that long, Lord Entropy is just going to end a break. So you will have to interrupt if you want to talk with him privately.
That sounds hubristic. Let's
do
it. I mean, fundamentally, Phineas doesn't actually pay, right? Because he believes in the authority of a higher power.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think I will, like, as they're whispering, I think I will step up, bow to Lord Entropy and not to the Excrucian, and then to Tertei Napishtim and say, I wish to have a private word, if it is not convenient.
Okay. How does he want to play this?
Actually, I think I'll be even more. I think I'll say, there is we are not necessarily at odds. Perhaps we can find another way.
I think Lord Entropy says, "Where's the fun in that?"
Phineas smiles and says to Lord Entropy this time, "Oh, I did not say there would not be a trial."
Oh, well, okay. Why don't you two talk? And I think Tartei under Prishdom is like, he's been calculating like ways he could manipulate all this. Very well, I'll hear you out. And I think you guys go to this side room, which totally isn't bugged, I promise.
While that is going on, I think Robert is going to try and network. He's going to specifically see if there's a power or an imperator here of truth or something akin to it.
Let me look at my relationship charts.
All you can find is the American way. You're totally screwed.
I mean, I'm not stupid. There's not going to be a power of justice in the Locust Court.
I mean, there might be one. I'm just looking and seeing if there's one I made up beforehand. I didn't make a power of truth. I'm thinking. Okay, set an intention level for me.
Okay, 10th level for finding a power of truth. I'm using aspect to like search and network and talk to people,
Okay.
and yeah, use my eyes, ears, and mouth. I think
I mean, you can just do a level 5 aspect miracle if you want, but
I have some miracle points to spend. I'll do it at level 6, I think.
oh, I mean that's not necessary. I'm just saying,
Okay. Then level 5 is fine.
yeah. Okay. So you have a choice. You can speak to personal truth, truth as a matter of fact, or
Greater truth or something?
Truth as art.
Okay. I think this is like a case. Truth is a matter of fact.
Okay.
That's like objective truth, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Like if we can get their help to basically make it known that it is objective truth that Tirma Utnapishtim is trying to, if I can use their help to reveal this information, Locust Court's gonna be pissed at him.
So I think truth, as a matter of fact, is a Buddhist monk.
Okay.
Who is bald and meditating on
this is the power, right? Not the Imperator?
Yeah, it's the power.
Okay. They're meditating? Okay.
You just refer to him as truth.
Yeah. And what do I say to interrupt him? I say, you look very peaceful.
Says, it is a goal of mine to reach inner peace.
An admirable one that many have tried through many different methods. How is yours working?
It's working well enough. How about you?
I do not seek inner peace.
I see.
I have other more pressing matters, one of which I'd like to speak to you about. My name is Robert, Power Sadism.
I see.
And I'm told that you are truth as a matter of fact.
That's correct.
I would have probably noticed, would I know it already without having to ask? Was he observing the trial?
Yes.
Or was he just somewhere else? Okay.
He was here.
Okay. I say that, well, we all know the importance of the Locust Court, and we, my fellow powers under Umaya and I, have recently discovered that Terta Utnapishtim?
Sure.
Terta Utnapishtim. Okay. Is, and I'd like pause because there's not really any other way to say it other than bluntly, planning to unseat and undermine the Locust Court and Lord Entropy especially.
He says, oh, that's not really that surprising, considering Extrusians want to destroy all of creation.
Oh, I agree.
Destroying the Locust Court would be practical.
I agree that it is obvious, yet, despite that, Lord Entropy entertains himself with the... Playing with fire would be an apt metaphor. Possibly even more dangerous than playing with literal fire as a child.
An astute observation.
Obviously, none of us want this to happen. Would I be able to ask for your help merely in making this truth that he is plotting this known to Lord Entropy? Known for sure instead of assumed.
Of course, I'll help you. He says, but Lord Entropy is confident and believes that he is safe from the Extrusians as long as they seek to use destruction against creation.
I see.
Simply knowing the truth may not be enough to sway him.
Will it be something?
It might. I can't presume to know what goes on in that head. Lord Entropy is, after all, not human.
Robert nods, and then says, okay. If you're going to help, do you have an idea for how to do that? Can I help you in any way?
Says I can make it clear to him that your words are a fact.
I'd like that
as far
very
as
much.
using that to cause him to act in a certain way, well, this court would be a complete sham if Lord Entropy allowed miracles to dictate his every decision.
Of course.
And while he does not always choose to prevent that, he often seeks a vengeance later.
That's true. Though, you might... How do I put this? And Robert says, you might know this better than any, in that sometimes, in that truth doesn't always directly sway opinion.
Indeed, it is unfortunate, but we must all make that choice ourselves.
I think I just nodded him once, and I of course say again, like, let me know if you need any help. And then I go to walk away, except then I stop and turn back for a second and says, oh, you would probably know this as well. May I ask, how do prisons work? Is there like a locust court prison?
It says prisoners usually aren't kept locally. They are usually transformed into a statue or an animal or banished to some other plane of existence where they cannot harm us for the duration of their sentence.
Okay. I nod, say thank you for the insight.
Of course.
And say goodbye and
all right.
Go back, and I update everyone on that conversation telepathically.
Sure. So do you want to try and convince Lord Entropy to...
I would like to make him see the truth.
Okay.
I would like to speak the truth, but that is the high, like, I'm not going to step beyond that and risk his wrath.
Sure. So do you go up to him during the break, or are you going to save this for later?
I think I'm going to go up to him during the break because no, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, save it for later, because what he's going to do is make my words truth, not influence Lord Entropy specifically. So if I can say those words in front of everyone, that would make them more powerful.
Yeah, totally.
I'll save it for later.
And it's more dramatic if you pull the Phoenix.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You, sir, it was you, Judge, or something like, yeah. So yeah, I update you guys on that whole situation. Yeah, I think that's all I do for now. I can't think of anything else.
Do we let the break end? Does it reconvene?
No,
I'm going to talk to
I need to talk with Tertoot and Fishtom.
Oh, with Tertoot, okay.
Okay, so you're in this totally not bugged at all room.
Right. I turn to so we cut away, and I'm saying to Fishtom, I believe we find ourselves on opposite sides, but we understand each other. For you see, I see in you a man of faith, of belief, a man who wishes to bring his teachings to the people. I am much the same.
I think he looks like he's going to object to being a man of faith, but he lets it slide. Says, go on.
We are similar in another way as well. I believe that, like me, you believe in a power greater than the court here.
Says, there are many great powers, but this court is not as great as Lord Entropy would wish it to be.
I nod and say, and yet here we are. We each need something. We each need something, and that thing can only be granted by the man on the other side of the...
What do you think I need?
I think you wish to teach.
That's
Is that
true.
I say, I understand. Then why are you fighting so fiercely for?
Sorry, you cut off. So why are you fighting so fiercely for
the right to travel?
Oh, he says, I like to travel the world and make sure everyone has a chance to hear my message. It is, frankly, not enough to rely on word of mouth in this universe. It is also rewarding to meet individuals and to learn from them what pains them about creation and give them a chance to rise above that.
I say, I understand. But I believe I have more, I believe I have more experience in what it takes to teach the word in this creation.
He says, I've been traveling the world for 1,000 years, and I have existed for far longer than that. What do you think you have that I do not?
I say, I have a church. Do you?
Says, I have had no need of one.
I say, perhaps you would find it simpler, easier to teach your teachings if people knew where to find you.
He says, Nobilis seem to have no problem finding me when they have a question or wish to hear my philosophy. And I do not hide myself. There is no need. I do no harm, and by Lord Entropy's own laws, I am therefore free from harm. At least, unless you screw it up for me.
I smile and I say, I have no intention of defying the laws of Lord Entropy in this place. The text of your claim is clear and limits you to chancel. My offer to you is merely to make that chancel a welcoming home for you.
Says, why should I settle for staying in one place? I have great power. I could create a church if I wanted. Are you offering me your aid in some way?
I say, if you will drop this suit, I will make my chancel a home for you. If it is followers you wish, we'll make it easy for those people who seek your teachings to follow. I will not hinder your teaching in any way. I believe that your teachings are no match for the truth creator.
Ah.
I wish to show you this.
So, you offer me this tool, but at the same time you would seek to act against me and my goals. You would seek to show others that let me look at this. You would seek to show others that reality is meaningful, that it is not a lie that they need to be freed from. And how, if their church is as powerful as you say, how could I expect for anything more than my words to be ignored and used as a parable?
Sorry, I'm talking out of character for a second. I'm not sure I understand.
He says basically that he thinks that if your church is a powerful tool, for showing the meaning of reality, then it is against his goals, and that if he were to be a part of that, then it would overshadow his teachings. He says basically it's not enough for him to spread the word, but also he wants people to believe it. And that he's not interested in conflict or theological debate unless he believes that it will further his goals of unmaking creation.
Good. Okay. Yep. Got it. I say, pardon me, I was unclear. I am not inviting, this is the language Phineas would use. So he's going to say, I am not inviting the devil into my church. I am suggesting that the devil start his own church. And I give my word that you will find no opposition. Because out of character, this is a thing that we decided in character creation is a thing, right? I offer, I myself swear to attend your lessons every week.
Okay.
And bring, let's say, what's a good number of people to bring to an excrucian?
Like 100 at least.
On a weekly basis. Pardon?
On a weekly basis?
Yeah.
Are they going to stay there for the whole week?
That's up to them, I guess.
770 people.
Done. I offered to bring him 770 more every week to hear his teachings, and they may choose to stay if they wish.
And you won't act against me in any
To
way.
be clear, the condition is he has to stay within our chancellor, which is the terms of his contract anyway, so he's going to lose too.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he says, your offer is intriguing, but I'm not acting on my own. I have other obligations I must attend.
I say, I think I just ask him, what sort of obligations?
Oh, I'm not at liberty to talk about them. But there are other Extrusians who share my goals of revealing the lie that your creator spoke to bring this world into existence.
How many excrucians are we comfortable with? Chance, guys?
How many excursions are we comfortable with in the chancel?
Yes.
The answer should be 0.
I'm comfortable
yeah.
with 0.
I was going to go with imaginary numbers of excursions.
Root of -1. Number of excrucians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're allowed to know about Extrusians in the chancel. That's safe, usually. Not always.
Pardon?
See, it's not always safe to know about Extrusians,
Okay.
much less have them there in the same room with you.
Lovely.
I don't know. How many do you want?
I don't want to be hosting the weekly excrucian mixer.
Yeah, that's
I kind of do, though. I think that's a thing that I want.
Okay.
But
Are you having this psychic conversation with your...
We're gonna.
Are you going behind our backs?
no, I don't think Phineas has ever asked for a consultation.
Okay.
I don't think it's start now.
So I was entirely out of character? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is... if this is you being hubristic and acting without the interest of your chancel, of your familia.
Oh, God. What's the... Okay, hang on. What's the... Serve your imperator before the war and the war yourself?
Right.
That's one of the
Yeah.
rules. And I think... like, Phineas would look probably to the code to determine what is right, because he is a man of orthodoxy.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out if knowing where the excrucians better for the war. I mean, it's arguably worse for... Is it worse for Umaya? Like, if they have a place where they can come safely, will they threaten that place?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Do excrusion
it's
shit
like
where
their
they...
embassy.
I don't know.
That's either the first or the last place they would make to no longer exist.
There's you can logic your way through this, actually, given the situation.
Yeah.
So I won't do it for you, but I think you have all the information you need to decide if you want to do this or not.
Yep, that seems fair. I think I, as a player, am stuck, and I think that means that Phineas is. So I think the break ends without us,
without you deciding for sure.
without us having a clear thing. But I think I would like to say I must consult with my familia.
Sure.
Before agreeing, before offering anything. Shall we return to see you lose this case?
Let us continue with Lord Entropy's justice.
Sure, that wasn't sarcastic.
Of course not. So, I think it's Lord Entropy. I think he's having a bowl of ice cream, like orange sherbet.
Nice.
And he just finishes his bowl. and hands it over to one of his servants and says, "Let's continue."
Okay. I think as I'm going back, I psychically update my Familia and ask them. I think the condition might be like if we want to keep the excretions out of Earth, the condition might be to allow the excretions into our chancellor.
Yeah. So I just thought of something as a player that Robert, being that he is smarter than any reasonable mortal, would know. He would immediately say, "Hang on, we fought an excursion who wanted to destroy us, and he said he would bring in some. Are you sure that lady isn't one of them? Are you sure that?"
Yeah, remember the nice lady with the jellyfish? Like,
yeah.
We don't want none of that.
We don't want that. That might be one of his crew, or rather, he might be one of her crew. Appropriately, I don't think that's a good idea. Even one other excursion might be too many because that he would choose her.
I think the question is how valuable to the excursion cause is having the freedom to teach the excursion philosophy.
Probably very. However, this is in character still.
Yeah.
I have an idea for that, and I'll tell you guys. But I think my idea is to if the law says do not harm someone unless they harm someone else, in that case harms them sevenfold. Can you make a triggered miracle? Like an ongoing, I guess it would be an ongoing sustained miracle, rather, of whenever Tirte Utnapishka convinces someone to turn to his side. Elsewhere in creation, 7 beings will be convinced to switch to the opposite. Could I do that? Could that be a thing? Because that would be sadism. I would want to hurt him, and that would mean the thing that he wants to do the most would actually hurt his cause.
Okay, let me look at this. There is a limit about triggered miracles.
Yeah.
But that might fit within it, so I need to find what I'm thinking of. It's hard to search for this. It's probably limits of miracles or something like that.
Oh yeah, what happened to the golem?
He's probably just still sitting there.
Yeah, I think the golem went outside during the break and sat in the garden and contemplated the fact that it was now alive.
Yeah.
And also,
like the whale from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Trying to decide if it needs to smash you or not, or if it even wants to.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Knowing that it is now entitled to, and asking itself what that means.
Cool.
There we go. The blueprint for a miracle is not in the power's mind, but it is in their heart and soul. It is not possible for them to plan out miracles of absurd elaboration. Rather, they make what is elemental in them, what is aesthetic to them, what is right to them. Their miracles are complete. They are things of incredible complexity and detail, but they are not works of art. But they are works of art and not of design. Everyone else to a miracle that takes substantial technical detail to describe must sustain that miracle while they polish it, edit it, and hold it up to their aesthetic and intellectual senses for review. Okay. Hold on a sec. I think this is within the limits. Just saying, whenever one thing happens, one other thing can happen. Is fine. So yes, you may do this miracle.
Okay. I will wait and see what happens, but that is an idea I have if he does end up starting a church.
Sure. Okay, so Tartaev Nepishtim begins his case. He's a very good speaker. He is, making good use of the space of the courtroom. Talking to Lord Entropy and to the guests, telling exaggerated tales of situations he's been in where he was done harm and did nothing in return. And by the end of it, pretty much everyone looks convinced that Tartaev Nepishtim has never hurt anyone, wouldn't even hurt a fly, and kisses all the babies all the time.
So you said they were exaggerations. As Trek is listening to this, how wild are the exaggerations? Since
Probably fairly wild.
I don't think they're that wild.
It's not perjury or anything.
Definitely not.
Okay.
And also you get the sense that some of these are situations that other people in the room are familiar with. Like
he's recanting tales that they already know.
Yeah, or that they personally experienced with him. And nobody calls out his exaggerations. So they must be for the amusement of Lord Entropy, which probably isn't a crime. So he's doing, let's see here. Oh, okay. That's what he has. Oh. I made this note about this gift he has. Okay. This is a aspect level 5 miracle to convince everybody that he has never harmed anybody, and these claims that he is responsible for crimes the other Excrucians have done should not be applied to him.
I see.
I can't remember what previous miracles were used. But I think this miracle isn't opposed by anything.
My aspect miracle was basically the exact opposite of that it was, and it was at level 5.
Tell me again what your miracle is.
I basically did a speech as well, talking about the horrible things that the Excrucians did, and that that he was Tartaev Nepishtim was a guest of ours, and I have known him for some time, and that he is no different.
Okay, so I think these don't conflict, really. Even though he's not saying other Excrucians do bad stuff, but he's saying that he hasn't, and that he shouldn't be held responsible for the actions of others.
Okay.
And he doesn't need to deny that he's not different. He just says, what law is this? The chestnut law applies to actions we have taken, not ideas in our hearts, not conspiracies planned with others, not things we wish we had done. Though you may rightfully assume I seek to expose the lie that is creation, I have taken no action but to show others what I believe in.
I think I'll defer to sadism here.
Okay. Okay. I think. Do I have to make a miracle to resist that as well?
I don't think you can, because the pacing I think these are the same thing, right? Like, even though this is the format of a trial where one person speaks and then the other, I think that in game mechanic terms, this happens simultaneously. So I think this is a new round. It's now your
What
turn.
happens simultaneously, though? What's the second thing that happens?
What?
Oh, my turn happens simultaneously, you mean?
Yeah, your turn previously took simultaneously with his turn now. And now it's your turn to make an argument. And then it will be his turn to respond, which may be mechanically complicated, but like you're not both speaking at the same time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Then,
unless you choose to.
Yeah, unless I say objection.
Yeah.
Which I will save for later.
Okay.
Yeah. Spencer, if you do have an idea now, which I thought you did, I think I looked to you. Yeah.
Yep. So I think, Robert stands up and is silent as he walks up to the center of the court. Now, when talking, is it normal to talk to like the audience or Lord Entropy specifically, or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I think Tartap Nepishtim was doing it to add a bit of showmanship to the trial.
Yeah.
Which Lord Entropy seems to enjoy. But you can don't have to do his same strategy.
Okay. Then I think I walk up and face the audience away from Lord Entropy, and I says, powers and I'd probably say Imperators first. Imperators and powers of the Locust Court. Tirte Utnapishka claims that he has done no harm, that he wouldn't hurt a fly. However, and I don't know if I can like wink to him or if he already knew, the Imperator, the power of truth, rather, I would like him to make my words ring true. And I say, however, he has been planning to undermine the Locust Court, and specifically, and I turn around from the audience to face Lord Entropy, Lord Entropy yourself. He has been planning with allies to be the head of the spear, so to say. The first in the breach through feigned diplomacy and deception. He fully intends to dismantle this very court. I am afraid that if this court does not take action against this, then he will see it destroyed. And I would like to make I'd like to make an aspect miracle to convince them.
Sure.
With truth helping me, does that do anything?
So aspects don't really help each other? I mean...
Yeah, mechanically. Would he be the one creating the miracle rather than me then?
He will create a some kind of domain miracle. Let me see here. This is a lesser creation of truth at difficulty level 4.
Okay.
To make it clear that your statement is true.
Yes. Okay.
Also, your speech reminded me of something, and I think your character is smart enough to remember this.
Okay.
But you have both your actions being used.
Yes. One is sustained for my bones. The other one, so I haven't actually used the miracle to sustain the punishment yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not. What am I using the second action on? Like, there's the convincing that I'm doing.
To keep yourself from being a boneless joyfish man?
Wait, Primarch, didn't you heal yourself?
I healed myself of one of them, not two. I was going to heal myself of both, but just changed my mind.
Oh, you did heal yourself of being boneless?
No, I had two two wounds.
Yeah.
And I healed the other one.
Okay, the one about blocking everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like I want to mention this to you, but I think your character is really involved. Maybe somebody else has.
My
an
question is
aspect
simply, what is my
miracle
second
of-
action? Because my first one is keeping myself sustained, but
Yeah.
in terms of bone wise.
Yeah, that's the first
you said
one.
I was using both.
The second one was your aspect miracle in this scene right now, where
Yes.
you're making this argument.
Yeah, I actually, I'm not making an aspect miracle if the guy who's doing truth is doing the aspect miracle.
Oh, you're right.
I can do both.
You're right. Okay. In that case, I will remind you that you have seen Terte up the Pishtum kill something.
As a player, I don't remember this. Robert would.
Or maybe he's not responsible.
What did I see happen?
Oh,
I don't remember
he didn't
this.
kill something. My bad. So I remember at the beginning where he turned that deer into a person.
Oh, right.
And
at the
I was
beginning.
thinking...
And then I killed...
But I think
Yeah.
actually you killed the deer.
I killed the deer by hitting with my car, I
Yeah.
think.
So I think I just misremembered that. I was like, oh, you can pin him on... You can pin a death on him. That would be big. But...
That was way back.
I
That
misremembered.
means we can turn him into 7 deers.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
mean,
goodness, I really could.
the other thing is,
7
though,
dying deers.
there is a corollary to these laws. Like, a power who aids in a crime is still guilty of that crime.
That's true. In addition, there could be an argument made, because he turned a deer into a person, right?
Right.
There could be an argument made that harm was done in that because the person was dying. Because, like, that would be effectively an argument of which pain is worse, the pain of an animal or the
Yeah, you
pain
could
of a
make
person
that
versus
argument,
feeling the pain.
but in the eyes of the locust court, a deer and a person are worth about the same.
Okay.
It's all lumped
I guess it
under
makes
the
sense.
umbrella of mortal, and we don't.
Yeah.
It's like, did you kill a fly or a mosquito?
Right.
Or a person, like a fly and a mosquito are worth about the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. Totally.
Which is why his legendary, not harming anything is such a big deal.
Because, it's literally hasn't hurt a fly.
He literally hasn't hurt a fly.
Which for a person is like really not even once kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Like even like the Buddhists would be impressed, right? Like, wow.
Yeah.
He's basically a giant, sweeping the floor in front of him so that he does not accidentally.
Basically, yeah.